Hello, YouTube.
Alright. Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
And thank you to quit so early.
I had some thoughts that I wanted to get across before the direct actually starts, and also make sure everything's prepared. I'm gonna edit this down so y'all can see. Well, you guys can't see it right now, but for the people who are watching on YouTube, there's a bingo card on the screen, and in fact, I'm gonna post the bingo card in the Discord server so that everyone else can see it. I'm gonna post it in No Mic. Back in January, I'm sure we're all aware of this, Nintendo dropped a trailer for the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
And while they didn't reveal a lot of information during that trailer, they did confirm they would have a Nintendo Direct in April. It's on April 2nd. It's 6 days away, actually. And ever since then, we've heard no murmurings, anything about a Switch 1 Direct. So I was pretty dead set on the idea that Switch 2 is the next console. That's where all the games are going to go. Pretty much de facto from here on out. It was just yesterday that Nintendo announced, oh yeah, Switch 1 Direct.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I
So-
know it was true.
Yeah, but a day prior to that, I made this bingo card for the Switch 2 Direct.
Uh-huh.
And now I feel like everything's completely thrown out of whack because of that.
Oh,
My
well.
only hope is Tomodachi Life 2.
Ooh, yeah.
Miitopia 2.
Miitopia 2.
I would fuck with Miitopia 2. Either one. Yeah, because we're gonna get an F-Zero game.
Okay,
Holy
okay, for remember, context. I made this with the idea that this would be for the Switch 2 Direct. Now, granted, not all of these choices I think are that realistic. That's what the corners are for. I don't think we're going to get a Pikmin game either of these directs. I don't think we're going to see Splatoon. I think it's a little too early. I don't think Smash Bros. Is going to show up this early. And,
Didn't they say that was the final Smash Bros. Game?
well, I
Or
think
my-
I think Sakurai stated that at some point during Smash Ultimate's development, I think that he said that it would be the last one he would work on. I don't buy
Basically.
that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be the last Smash game. Even
Like-
if Sakurai's gone, Nintendo's gonna make a new one.
Yeah, Smash Ultimate sold over 30 million copies. There's no way
Yeah,
Nintendo's
there's no
not gonna.
shot they throw that out. There's
Yeah.
no shot they throw out that IP.
I think if Elden Ring were a launch title for the Switch 2, I think that would be genuinely impressive.
Yeah.
I see it.
Starfield.
Yeah, so I honestly think that because Doom and Doom Eternal are on the Switch already, I think the fact that we're getting a brand new Doom game in a couple months, Doom the Dark Ages, I think that is way more likely. At the same time though, I'm kind of thinking about what big third-party games could Nintendo use to showcase, hey, the Switch 2 is actually powerful. It can actually run games from this current generation. And I think Microsoft is probably the most open company to bring their games from one platform to the other. They already do it for PC. So I think it's not totally unreasonable that Starfield could show up in some capacity on another platform. Now I think
I see it.
now I do honestly think that if it's going to come anywhere first, it's going to be the PS5 because it's, way more powerful than the Switch 2. But I wouldn't rule it out. I think it's possible. I kind of struggled to think of what big third-party games could possibly show up.
I wonder, John, why do you decide to put ARMS sequel on there?
Because I genuinely think that a sequel to ARMS is totally feasible on Switch 2. I honestly do believe that it is possible. And I think it was probably the funniest thing I could have done. I will admit this bingo card is not that realistic. Like, I don't think it's possible to get a bingo in basically any way, shape, or form in this. Which is why, like I said, this was originally for the Switch 2 Direct, but I'm going to actually break my own rules. I'm going to cross off anything that shows up in this Direct, and then keep that bingo card for the Switch 2 Direct, and then cross off anything that shows up in that Direct.
Okay.
And
I think you could get a bingo with that. I think the combo of the two, there's a bingo possibility.
Yeah. The real question is, what?
Yeah, what?
Fuck it, I know.
Yeah, what is most likely?
Also, Mario Kart being in free space is quite funny.
Yes.
Well,
Because
we know we get Mario Kart.
It's
Yeah.
it's the one Switch 2 game that we definitively know exists. So
Yeah.
it's,
It's a given game.
at least definitively, the only other game that I can think of that we know off the top of our heads, I have not looked that deep into Switch 2 games, so I think there are probably some that are confirmed for Switch 2 already. Maybe like some more obscure indie game or something like that. But
Two Switch 2.
yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 Switch. Have y'all ever heard of Yooka-Laylee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're
Played it, but I've heard of it.
So they're remaking Yooka-Laylee. It's called Yooka Replayly. It's a full-fledged remake of Yooka-Laylee rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5. And they had a trailer for it that announced all the platforms it was coming to. It was coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. It's a modern video game. But they didn't put the Switch logo in the trailer. Instead, they put the Nintendo logo in the trailer. Just a generic Nintendo logo. No confirmation as to what platform, just, you know.
It's probably Switch 2, but they can't use the actual logo yet,
Yeah. So, like,
because we don't know.
it was a very cheeky way of doing things, I'll admit that, but yeah,
It's
Switch,
probably the only way Nintendo's lawyers would have let them know.
yeah. But it's a Switch 2
I don't
game.
blame them.
It's gonna be on Switch 2.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, I deliberately omitted it because I don't think it's gonna show up during the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, if only because I think it's not a big enough game. I think,
But I think it's too niche.
if anything, I think it could show up in a sizzle reel, something that shows up on screen for like 10 seconds, but any more than that, any longer than that, I don't think we'll see anything of Yooka Replayly. Now, as for this Direct, it is really funny to think that Nintendo still has some aces up their sleeve with the Switch 1. I thought this console was basically over with. I thought Metroid Prime 4, that's it. That's the only game
That's
left. But no, Nintendo has something else. I don't think they would do an entire Direct if it wasn't for the fact that they have something else to show. So, Metroid Prime 4, I think, is guaranteed to be here. It's the last big Switch 1 game. It still needs a release date. I think that's going to be like the big closing thing that we'll see. A lot of people over the entire course of the Switch's history have said that Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD will come out on this thing. If it's gonna happen on Switch 1, it has to be this Direct. There cannot be any more Switch 1 Directs after this. This has to be the last one. I'm confident in that. So, it has to be here. I know a lot of
I do
people...
have to go.
Alright.
I do have to go to be gay. Nice talking to you guys. See ya.
See ya, B.
B.
Alright. So, games. I know Tomodachi Life has been a long requested one. I think...
Ooh, Rhythm Haven.
Yeah, Rhythm Heaven, that was another one I was going to bring up. I think as a late life Nintendo Switch 1 game, I think Rhythm Heaven can probably still find its niche. It's not really the kind of game you prioritize that much, so yeah, I think Rhythm Heaven. Other than that, Kirby Planet Robobot. That's one I've heard a couple rumors about over the past few months. It just didn't get a direct to really like coincide with it for the longest time, so I think it's possible. And Kirby games, consoles usually tend to get Kirby games late in their life, so I think Switch 1's no exception.
I know, the one game from the 3DS that's been, wants to come back. Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a lot of like dream ports over the entirety of the Switch's lifespan, and they just haven't happened. A lot of them just have not happened. So I think this is definitively it for the Switch 1. Now, the Switch 2, it's gonna get ports, it's gonna get remasters, it's gonna get remakes. Nintendo's not just gonna suddenly stop that and only produce brand new games from there on out.
Especially, like backwards compatibility with the Switch.
Yeah. So it's not like there isn't any hope for games like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Tomodachi Life, Rhythm Heaven. Well, assuming Rhythm Heaven is a port. Kid Icarus Uprising, things like that. It's just that I think they do feel like the kind of games that would be perfect fits this late into the Switch 1's lifespan, where basically all we can really expect is ports and remasters instead of brand new games. New games, I think if Nintendo has any new games, they're just going to be like, put it on Switch 2, it's going to be way more successful there, just, tidy it up, make it look really nice on the platform, and we're golden. I think that's the mentality.
Oh,
Groggy? Yeah. It's not really noticeable.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
just woke up like 20 minutes ago.
yeah, like we all know this direct is happening at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern.
As they all do.
Yeah.
CST.
So I had been recording for about half an hour. We've been in chat for a little while. So I figured since you're here now, Darkly, we can kind of quickly retread some of the questions that we've kind of like asked each other. Any hopes? Any desires for this particular direct?
I don't know what I want or need. Well, that's not true. I don't know what I want or need that like realistically will happen. When I went to bed last night, the like 2/3 things that I was thinking about were Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD ports happening finally this late. And for some reason the thought popped in my head of Metroid 2 Return of Samus.
Oh.
Or Samus Returns, I think, is what they called it on 3DS.
Yeah, Samus Returns.
Yeah. That's a game that's still kind of locked on, like, the old generation that they haven't brought forward to Switch yet, that I feel like since they did Luigi's Mansion and they did Donkey Kong Country Returns for the third time, Metroid 2 probably gets another shot since Metroid Dread was so well received.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome. I'd pick that one up.
Yeah.
And that's my thoughts about, like, ports and remasters and stuff, because it's so late in this game's life cycle, or this console's life cycle, that if they're doing anything, they're probably just wrapping up the ports and, like, getting stuff off of Wii U and or Switch. Star Fox Zero would be a crazy reach, by the way, on that note.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about that, but I was like, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't even put Star Fox on the bingo card. That's fucked up.
It's a dead franchise, bro.
It'll come
Just
back.
like F-Zero.
No, we got an
Just like
F-Zero.
F-Zero.
We got an F-Zero on Switch. It's not.
No.
Come on, F-Zero
F-Zero
not.
finger. No.
F-Zero 99's a good game. It's a good game. It's fun.
It is.
Also wild for Mario Kart to be on this bingo because I don't think they're
Okay.
doing anything more with 8 Deluxe.
Okay, let me clarify because I mentioned this before in the recording. I made this bingo card 2 days ago with the intent of it being specifically for the Switch 2 Direct. It's not realistic, I will say that. I don't expect this to get a bingo just from the Switch 2 Direct alone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to count both Directs all together for this one bingo
Okay.
card. And I'm gonna see
Gotcha.
if I can get a bingo. I think all the corners on this are like the furthest reaches in terms of Nintendo franchises. I don't think we'll see any more. I don't think we'll see Pikmin for a while. I don't think we'll see Wario for a while. I think Smash Bros is probably 2026, if anything. And I think Splatoon, the earliest it'll show back up is 2026, maybe 2027.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Elden Ring being on this is crazy, by the way.
Elden Ring is for Switch 2. It's for Switch 2.
Uh-huh.
If Elden Ring's a launch title on Switch 2, that'll be the coolest thing ever. All right, it'll be really cool. It'll be really awesome, and I'll probably not buy it, but it'll still be really cool.
I forgot about something.
What?
Astral Chain.
Astral Chain. Oh, Astral Chain sequel?
Maybe.
I was gonna say, wasn't that on Switch already, or?
Yeah, that's Astral
Oh,
Chain's
that's-
a Switch game. We just got a 2D Mario. Unless Nintendo wants to be like, hey, new Super Mario Bros. Wii for Nintendo Switch. It's like, okay, sure, that'll count.
Plus Luigi.
Plus Luigi. And also, yes, I did put fucking Hollow Knight Silk Song here as unfucking likely as it is.
It has to, man. It's been too long.
Oh, there it is.
Come on, you do.
Oh, there we go. I'm like 2 seconds behind you, I think.
I might be more behind that. Oh, there is.
All right.
It's time.
All right.
Oh yeah, Dragon Quest.
I forgot about this one.
Oh yeah.
I probably should have prefaced by saying I think this will be mostly third-party stuff.
I'm sure all the like Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong resources going in towards the next console at this point.
Yeah, but Donkey Kong, I think there's gonna be a new Donkey Kong game.
Uh,
I will say I forgot to do anything Square Enix for the bingo card. So I have to wonder if Square is going to come up with something for the Switch 2. Oh, that doesn't even get a release date yet. Yeah,
So
I'm-
please tune in for that
I-
as well.
I know, holy shit, 2 cakes, am I right?
What you just
Yeah.
saw was Dragon Quest 1 and
Let's go, headlines. This is going to be it. This is going to be crazy.
Escape from Dire Straits.
See,
Okay, jeez.
Speaking of Dire Straits.
No Hope X. That's how I feel about that website now.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that other Spike Chunsoft game? The ones that's made by the devs of Danganronpa. I think that could show up here. That'll be really cool. Alright, another game I remembered, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. That's probably going to show up here too.
With your memories gone.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
Pac-Man game.
Pac-Man! Shout out Labyrinth.
Familiar world, where you're greeted by a yellow orb known as Puck.
I forgot about this.
Oh, his name is Puck!
Who is this spherical stranger? More
Oh,
than
That's a cool reference.
maze-like world.
Alright. July 18th.
The rhythmic march begins.
Patapon?
Remasters of Patapon
Wow.
and Patapon 2 are drumming onto Nintendo Switch as
I-
one bundle.
I would have never
Play your
guessed that.
Wasn't this a Sony franchise?
Patapon Army. For example,
These were like PSP games, right?
Patapon advances them
I believe so. They were in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale for a reason.
Patapon Patapon
Yeah.
has
It's like-
Heck?
And if you string together
Okay.
cards with good timing,
This
the
is a
Patapon
weird
can
one.
and get a big
Oh, it's not
Okay.
Rhythm Haven, but you know.
Yeah, it's
This is a left field
horse-riding Kiba
pick.
to the shield-savvy
I don't think this is
Patapon.
on anybody's bingo
Your
card.
battalion to take on hordes of fierce foes.
and I think this almost won out over Hollow Knight Silk Song.
This is where your new life begins.
Fantasy Life? Story of Seasons.
Okay, no, that's Story of Season. Or
First cropping up on the Nintendo
I thought it
DS,
was Pokemon for a
this
moment.
immersive farming and
I
life
also
sim
thought it was
has no
Pokemon.
shortage of activities to
I
get
didn't
up
want to
to.
say anything. I looked like a fool.
You must be the new farmer.
It looked like it was gonna be like-
Growing crops and
It kind of reminded me of one of the towns from like Pokemon XY, so I thought we were gonna get a Kalos
then
remake
sell
already.
your produce and other wares at the town's weekly
This is
bazaar.
neat.
Plus, taking advantage of Zephyr Town's windy conditions can make travel and other tasks a breeze.
Don't say Breath of the Wild. Don't say Breath of the Wild.
The winds of change
Tears
are
of the
coming,
kingdom.
and your
No.
new life on the farm begins.
Oh, this is Prime 4. Oh man.
oh, they actually. Oh snap!
Well, that's something off the bingo card.
That's one. Honestly, I thought it was gonna hold us off till the Switch 2.
This is the unknown planet Vuros.
Great. My goodness.
Samus finds a
God, this game looks so good.
colossal tree.
If this game can
Yeah.
run on this, if this game can run at this frame rate consistently on Switch, that'll be a marvel of engineering.
and escape
Mhm.
this planet that she was unexpectedly transported
But this is
to.
probably Switch 2 footage
Samus
if we're
must
being
scan stone
realistic.
figures and
I mean,
other relics
looking at it,
on the
yeah.
path forward.
Oh no.
She has
No.
a little third eye on her helmet. Also, this year, I mean,
I mean, we already knew that, but
No date?
oh my God! Look at
Oh.
holy shit! That is cool. That's such a cool design.
they have not done a red Samus before, or a black and red one at that. That's pretty fucking dope.
Psychic abilities.
I will say this might be the candidate for like the most graphically impressive Nintendo Switch game.
Definitely.
Which is why I'll be impressed if it can actually run a 60 on the first Switch.
Once upon a time, there was a drab coffee shop. that
Can't get anything else to run at
transformed
60
into a magical
nowadays.
Potion cafe. As the newest
Oh, here's your
potion
Disney
first
game,
cafe,
Brent.
You'll craft concoctions for Disney villains.
Wow.
And get to know them in a new light.
Well, it's
Mix
not Disney
ingredients
Universe,
to
but
brew
you
all
know.
sorts of strange elixirs. Then
It's a
serve
Disney
them
game.
to your villainous visitors, including Ursula and Gaston. With help from Yzma, you can upgrade your ingredients to produce some wild.
I still can't believe we didn't get
Yzma
a
is in here.
Yzma. Yeah, we didn't get a release date for Prime
They
4.
remembered that Emperor's New Groove existed.
I'm surprised.
Who knows what mischief might happen? Disney Villains Cursed Cafe launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Later
Shadow
today.
Drop?
Oh boy.
Summon a
Oh, wow.
spellbinding adventure.
Well, if you had Shadow Drop on your bingo card, there it is.
Nah, I didn't. It's all franchises and like individual games.
Oh yeah, I'm just talking nebulously to the stream viewers.
Yeah.
Use magic circles to perform and use its abilities.
This looks
to
kinda
find your own
gorgeous.
path through
I like the
enchanted
art style
woods.
here.
Can you uncover
I'm thinking
the
Cuphead.
secrets
I
the
don't know.
archipelago holds? Find out.
Well, yeah,
when
it's like-
Eternal Life of Goldman
It's hand-drawn.
launches
I mean,
on Nintendo
Cuphead
Switch
innovated,
this
right?
holiday.
Yeah.
It is very much
Celebrate the
hand-drawn
40th
animation.
Anniversary of Gradius with a collection of arcade shoot 'em up games from across the series.
Oh my God, I'm such a Gradius fan.
Gradius.
Holy
Celebrate
shit.
Life
Okay, I
Force.
thought it was R-Type. I was like,
Gradius
huh?
2, Gradius 3 begin later
Okay.
today on Nintendo
My friend just asked me, was this the ship you could romance in that one dating sim?
Necrodancer. Press the corresponding buttons in each lane to fight
Necrodancer?
monsters in rhythm-based combat.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the cadence
Oh.
going with epic boss battles.
Wasn't
quirky
this
minigames,
already out on
remix
Switch?
stages, and
This is
global
Rift of the
leaderboards.
Necrodancer.
Plus, more
This is
music
Yeah,
and
but I thought
awaits
this one was
in the
already-
Celeste Music Pack paid DLC.
Celeste,
And
wait.
Be on the lookout for more
Peppino!
DLC in the future. Rift of the Necro
You can't hide Pizza Tower from me.
Nintendo Switch later today.
Okay.
Let's see what's in store.
Wait, what
I
are
was like, I'm get-
what are these
yeah, a bit of
guys?
rhythm hit.
I've seen these guys before.
Welcome
Oh,
to
it's,
Tamagotchi Plaza.
Oh, they're
Featuring
Tamagotchis.
the Tamagotchi Connection
Yeah,
series.
Tamagotchis.
There are stores galore.
Sorry, it's
Design glasses at the
Tamagotchi.
eyewear
I-
shop.
Tamago. Hey, goats.
Polished pearly whites.
Oh, okay. Here's Pokemon.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
That's also, I was expecting Pokemon news.
Strike first before being seen, and you'll land a surprise attack. During
Ju-
battles, using
just be an
super
asshole.
effective
Yeah.
the right moment is key.
Wow.
Yo, fuckface. Oh my god, Nintendo, you gotta slow down. You're killing me. Ah!
The
Hey!
game you're about to
Oh,
see
is this Rhythm Heaven?
Yep.
doesn't have a big, epic story. But what it
No
does have is lots of
way.
funny little rhythm games. With practice, you might even be able to play it with your eyes closed.
I can't play with my eyes open.
Rhythm Heaven Groove.
Oh, god damn.
Oh.
Whoa! Wait, Nintendo. Hold up a second, Nintendo.
Series. It includes
How?
lots of music
When is?
by renowned Japanese musician Tsunku.
When is the Switch 2 coming out?
We hope you're looking
Yeah.
This year, I'm pretty sure they said.
Yeah.
Next,
Like
Next
we have
year
news
for
about
that
the use
game?
of digital
Okay.
games on your system.
digital games.
Please take a look.
What about?
It's gonna have to be a dual release if they don't want Rhythm Heaven to die as a franchise, I think.
With game cards, you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch system, and a Legend of Zelda game in this one.
Okay,
Freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want.
I get that,
But
Nintendo.
what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards?
Oh, you can download your games now.
Introducing the Virtual Game Card, second system, wherever and whenever you want.
I
Just
don't
as if you had
understand.
inserted a physical
I
game
think
card.
this is a way to like share games with
virtual game cards, you can freely
your
load and
family
arrange
without
which
like
games
having
you
to
play
log
on
on
up to
to
2 systems.
an account that has the game bought
Local
on their like
communication
eShop.
with your second system is required.
It's like
only the
Transfer
first
Play or
time.
something.
I guess.
Hmm.
You can also lend out virtual game cards to your Nintendo account family group members.
So is this like,
Connect
is this
to any
anything like
member
Steam
system
sharing? Because that would be
local
cool.
wireless when you want to lend a game. Choose the
I
title you're
think it
lending
might be like that.
and who you're lending it to. Be lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you.
Okay, so there's a
Virtual
catch.
game card
14
feature
days.
lets you swap games
Yeah.
This ain't exactly like how Steam sharing works.
as well as to Nintendo Switch 2 systems.
Okay, well, obviously that was a Switch 2 feature.
Is planned to be added via a system update in late April.
I mean,
Let's
neat.
take a look at
Onto Nintendo Switch.
Oh my god, not Saga Frontier. Oh my god.
Monumental adventures await.
Oh, Monument Valley.
Embark on
Cool.
peaceful journeys across
I've seen this
series of
game.
Beautiful puzzle
Oh.
games.
Monument
Wander
Valley.
through
This is
isolated
also
areas
one of those games that I thought,
stunning
wasn't this
landscapes
already on
and
Switch? But no, it wasn't.
illusions to
For the longest
discover
time.
and mystifying secrets
I know it
to
was a mobile game.
unlock. In Monument Valley,
Yeah.
lead the silent
Is this everybody's golf? Holy shit, everybody's golf. What the?
Oh my
onto Nintendo
God.
Switch.
Please take a look.
Last game, alright.
This might actually be a good beat 'em up then to play.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I know what I'm playing next.
Wait, what? Is this? This is. Oh, This is Tomodachi Life.
Oh, did they finally do it?
It's the new Tomodachi Life.
No
Oh, is it? Oh, it's a new one.
Tomodachi Life is real. Get a grandpa breakdancing.
Living the dream.
What a weird way. Stop doing that.
Living the dream. Are you living the dream? Oh my gosh.
Did you want to talk?
So it's basically like the new section on the Switch already, just on a mobile app.
Yeah.
Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so please try it out.
They were going to talk about any of their mobile stuff today. I thought it was going to be that like Pokemon Stadium game
I hope you enjoy
that
using
they're
Yeah.
also
Nintendo
working
today.
on.
That is interesting. That is
Very
very,
much.
very interesting. I did not expect to see the number 2026 pop up at all.
For Tomodachi.
For fucking Tomodachi Life, no less. And Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been genuinely baffling enough to hear those games be holiday titles. The fact that they're 2026, like, that is such like a... Like, it definitely says a lot about what Nintendo's direction is going to be going forward with their game development. Because, like, they're going to make Switch games in 2026. Switch 1 games, anyway. And that is it. Let me... And I only got one thing off the bingo card, so I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just uncross off Metroid Prime 4, and I'm gonna see if it shows up during the Switch 2 Direct. I'm really curious now. What is like the general reception of this Direct? I'm curious to see what's gonna be like going forward. Granted, I think people will probably, well, it's the internet. Like, what can you do? But I feel like people are gonna have their expectations a little tempered because we have a Direct coming next week, and all the cool announcements are gonna be there. I'm sure of it. I mean, I'm not a Tomodachi Life guy, but man, I would also. Wind Waker, Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
We went the whole generation. Okay.
Whole generation just ignoring.
I actually... Here's the thing I want to know going forward. If Nintendo's going to keep publishing games on the Switch 1, but they also have Switch 2 exclusive games, are we going to get Direct styled like the ones back in 2017, where they opened with 3DS games and then went to Switch games? Are we going to get Switch 1 sections and then go on to Switch 2?
Possibly.
Yeah, it's a possible.
I mean, if they're planning to make stuff, if they're planning to make like Switch 1 games like backwards compatible with Switch 2, then Directs that include new entries for both would be like relevant to all Switch 2 owners, possibly.
I will say, I think whatever like really big games, like the ones Nintendo knows would be like huge system sellers, they're all kept for Switch 2 at this point. Metroid Prime 4 is probably the only really big game. Well, I don't want to undermine Tomodachi Life or Rhythm Heaven, but they do feel like they're a lot more niche in comparison.
I'm worried about Rhythm Heaven, dude. If it's like Switch 1 locked, like I don't know.
But
Oh,
Unless they make it backwards compatible.
I
which
think
I imagine they probably are when it's in development this late.
I think the idea is that the Switch 2 can just play any Switch 1 game. Like,
Hello.
oh, hi, B.
You showed up literally after the entire point of the stream.
Oh no, I know. I told him I was gonna do that. I missed the right to go watch it with my partner.
And then Tomodachi Life 2, rah!
And then Tomodachi Life 2, I'm so happy! That's the only reason I'm here! I'm so excited. You have no idea.
Well, I did still get Metroid Prime 4. A little uneasy about the idea of it being just general 2025. I was thinking, honestly, I was not expecting to hear about a single game coming out that was going to release past July. I figured Switch 2 going forward, pretty much everyone wants to like wrap up Switch 1 development, move to Switch 2 going forward. That's basically it. Knowing that the Switch 1 is the Switch 2 is backwards compatible with the Switch 1, I think this direct kind of confirms, at least in some sense, that it's basically just every game on Switch. Like if it's a digital game, you can play it on Switch 2. If it's a physical game, you can play it on Switch 2. Pretty much every game. You're still worried? You're still worried, Darkly?
Well, I feel like I heard before that they said some titles are going to be backwards compatible, but not all.
Yeah, there was an asterisk.
If they can manage to make it work, if they like improved the hardware since then to like make it more capable of like faithfully, you know, emulating Switch 1 like programming, so that literally our entire library can just move over and like we can transfer a save data and stuff too, then I'm down for it. Sure.
Yeah.
I would love to just have, you know, a bigger, better Switch at this point.
I mean, that's what I think is going to happen.
I would love to put my Switch in my basement and never have to use it again. That's my goal. And just keep it, because I'm not going to sell it.
I can't imagine they're going to do things like improve performance or like load times necessarily on some games, even as desperately as they need it. I need Age of Calamity not to crash from like having too many particles on screen sometimes, but...
I can't believe they announced Tomodachi Life 2. I'm actually in shock.
I can't believe they announced Patapon.
Yeah,
I knew what
Patapon.
was.
Of all the things.
It's
an old game.
I'm pretty sure it's a Sony franchise. Hi, Eden.
Oh my god.
Hi,
Aiden.
Eden.
Hi, Eden.
Hi. What's
Hi,
up,
Eden.
Pat? Popping in for...
Let me add you.
Hell yeah.
John, I
Guys.
hear an echo.
Guys. Oh my
Eden.
god. It's probably me. Oh
Yes.
my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're freaking out.
Yes. I immediately texted B.
You did immediately text me. I immediately changed my status.
Dude, because I woke up early to watch this with my old teammate, and we were like kind of excited for like a lot of stuff, and then we were like joking. We were like, there ain't no way there's gonna be a new announcement for this. No way there's gonna be a new Tomodachi Life. And then we were like, oh, that's a me! That's a me!
That's a friend?
No, they fucking teased us with Tamagotchi, and then like immediately was like, actually, we meant Tomodachi. Oh my god. I'm freaked the fuck out. And new Rhythm Heaven?
Yeah, new Rhythm Heaven.
Hell yes.
I don't like rhythm games very much, but I'm very happy because I know Chris loves them.
Also,
Rhythm
Patapon,
Heaven looks like a very fun series that I've never played.
Patapon coming to the Switch is huge.
Patapon,
Actually.
I don't think Patapon was on anybody's big go card, legitimately.
I don't think it was either, but I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Because I'm pretty sure that was a Sony locked franchise before, right?
Yes, it was a. I remember playing it on my PSP.
Yeah, those are the only games it was on. And like
From a friend's PSP, I should.
the game was included in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, so that tells you something about the extent to which it was considered a Sony exclusive franchise.
Yeah, that's exciting. Also, the new Metroid Prime 4, the fucking with the psychic powers and stuff, looks really exciting.
Yeah.
That game looks so good.
It looks so sick. I can't wait.
How did they? Retro has some sort of like magic powers
I was
to
gonna
make a
say some
game.
Wizard's touch.
Yeah, like to make a game that good looking and
And
running
still
at
run at
60.
60.
Yeah, running at 60 frames
Yeah.
per second. That is
It's
insane.
crazy.
I'm still
of the-
thinking it's probably Switch 2 footage, but
One of the other games that I don't remember which one it was. It was like the cozy game.
Story
where
of
you're
Seasons.
building-
Cinema Seasons?
I don't remember which
There
one it was.
there were a couple cozy games. So.
there's always
there
crazy
was-
games, bro.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like one of the cozy games. It's like while they were fucking around with the terraforming, I could see the frame drops like in
I
Oh yeah, that one
fucking
was
trailer.
I think that might be Fantasy Life.
Maybe.
I think that's
But
honestly like
one thing I am looking forward to is that like that Wizard School game. That looks really
that
exciting.
Wizard School game was
It-
sick.
It looks so sick. Me and Putty were talking about it, and we're totally playing that together. That looks
What do
I'm down to
they
play it.
call it? Like Witchbrook or something?
Yeah,
Witchbrook, I think.
Yeah, Witchbrook. That looks exciting.
That looks
That
pretty
looks
cute.
fun. It looks like Harry Potter if it wasn't transphobic.
It looks like Harry Potter. It looks like, and I hate to compare every single cozy game to Stardew Valley, but it looks like it's the cool like you can sell stuff and also like you're fighting, but you're also studying in school. I don't know. It looks very exciting.
Yeah.
Most hyped I've been for a cozy game in a long time. I have a very particular brand of cozy games that I enjoy, and I don't know. This one just looks very interesting. Oh my god, guys, Tomodachi Life 2! Oh my god!
Tomodachi
I know,
Life
right?
2.
I'm gonna lose my mind for the next, like, few days. Also, I love the fact
You're
that
telling
they-
me
I love the fact that they mentioned Splatoon 3 like twice in the virtual game card footage.
Oh yeah, does that count?
Splatoon 2.
Does that count for the?
Splatoon 3 in there twice.
Does that count for the bingo card? Because that's like the only time Splatoon is gonna get mentioned between these two directs.
I mean, Smash also got mentioned too. I mean.
Yeah, can we talk about the virtual game cards? Like, what the?
I
Why?
like the idea of being able to share your games within your family. That is
Yeah,
cool.
like Steam Family sharing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hyped with that.
I'm hyped with that too, and I like the I like the trial idea, so that it's not like you're just infinitely sharing your game. Like you're actually giving like
2 weeks.
yeah,
Little
like 2 weeks is
borrowed.
plenty of time, even if you're like busy. Like, if you really want to try out a new game, that gives you a period to like test it out on that somebody else has already paid for. Like, honestly, I do that with a lot of games. For people.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I don't have a lot of games on my Switch, but like for the ones that I do want to play, and if somebody else already has them, I totally ask to lend it.
Something I'm curious about, and I don't know if there was an asterisk somewhere during that section. Is this just Nintendo published games, or is this any game that you buy digitally?
I think it's any game you buy digitally. I think the only reason why they didn't put like non-Nintendo games in the preview is for
Well,
like
Yeah, like because
Any reason?
yeah, licensing. Like Nintendo can use their
Yeah.
games as freely as they want. It would have been kind of nice to see like another game that
just to like confirm suspicion.
confirm suspicion or anything like that. And I will say the actual last thing. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a crotchety old man about this. I don't like the idea of a mobile app that just tells you Nintendo news.
yeah,
Like,
I'm
I don't.
They...
I'm whatever on it.
I don't
wish they
want.
just added it as a tab in the Nintendo Switch Online
No,
app
Zach.
because we already have an app on our phones. Like,
Yeah.
like if we care enough
Yeah.
about the Switch, we have the Nintendo Switch Online app, and like,
Yeah, and the thing about
could have
the
just been another tab.
Yeah, the thing about the Switch Online app that we already have is that it's only as useful as the like compatible games that you have in your library. Because literally all it lets you do is like if you have Animal Crossing, you can look at Animal Crossing stuff, Splatoon, Smash Brothers, whatever. But if you don't have any of the games that are like connected to that app, then it doesn't really do anything for you. It doesn't do much. So they could have
Yeah.
afforded to give it more of a general purpose, like no matter what your library looks like.
Yeah. I thought for a second that it made sense that it was like a separate app, but then again, like, is there a game that uses it more than like Splatoon or Smash or Animal Crossing? Like,
No,
No,
I don't think so.
it's just a very
Yeah.
few select games that you can use that for.
I mean, I'm still gonna download it, but
I still haven't I haven't even downloaded Nintendo Music, which
yeah, I don't.
was another
well, I
thing
don't
they
have
released in the
Nintendo
past couple
Music
months.
because I don't really care about that stuff.
I think you have to
keep bugging
be.
me with news about what libraries are adding to it.
Yeah, you
Every
have.
time I open my Switch news.
You have to have like very hyper specific interests in certain Nintendo music in order to really get a lot of use out of that app.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like I enjoyed Nintendo music, but I also feel like if I'm in the mood for video game music, I'm gonna play the video game.
Or I can just look it up on. I can just look it up on YouTube. As much as
Yeah.
they're trying to like DMCA
Yeah.
channels that upload their music, like there's always
Yeah.
someone.
There's always gonna be a small channel with like 25 subscribers that's gonna upload like
1,000 songs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That Nintendo is just never gonna catch because it's under their radar and they're gonna call it something different and like it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's like slime tutorials for theater kids. It's like
Shout out to that one person that uploaded the entire Final Fantasy VII Remake soundtrack by titling every video, "This is not Sephiroth.
Yeah.
This is not One Winged Angel Rebirth," or "This is not Genova.
It's actually so funny.
This is definitely not the Airbuster theme."
This is definitely not the Maka Reactor theme.
This is absolutely not the bombing mission theme.
I just want y'all to know, I got 2.5 hours of sleep for this
You
direct.
should like take a nap.
Man, you know what, Eden? I could do one
Nah.
better. I only got an hour of sleep.
I got like
Dude,
4 hours.
dude, I went to
I got a
bed.
full night's sleep.
and-
Y'all are fucked.
Yeah,
Dude, I live on the
I-
West Coast. I can't do anything. They host these at piss o'clock in the morning.
I want
Yeah,
to
it
let
is-
you know,
it is
B,
That's
7
fair.
a.m.
Everybody has an excuse.
I'm a
Yeah.
morning person, so that doesn't affect me. in
Well,
the
you're a
slightest.
freak, Brent.
I'm a
Yeah,
freak.
Brent's a freak.
What do you mean?
Brent's an insomniac.
Brent's a freak.
No, when I sleep, I sleep.
Dude, they
It's
should
the
let me
one
on
time I
Red's
stayed
team
up.
the way I am Insomniac
Insomniac
Central. But no, I realized at like 3-4 a.m. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep, and then I just like stayed up until I felt exhausted, and then when I went to bed, I set an alarm for 9:30, being like, I think it said 2 hours and 49 minutes or something like that. Like I got like no sleep. I was way too hyped. However, I did in advance get a coffee. So
Yeah, I also got myself an iced mocha.
Y'all need coffee? I don't need that.
I went to
If,
bed at like
if I'm gonna wake up,
at 8.
if I'm gonna wake up at 6:30 in the morning for a Nintendo Direct on 4 hours of sleep,
You need a coffee. You've earned it.
I need a coffee.
I ordered from 7-Eleven and got a monster. I got a Java monster though, so it's a coffee monster. They're good. I haven't had one of these in a long time and I forgot how much I liked them.
Is the stream still going, by the way, John?
Yes, the recording is still going.
Hell yeah.
LOL.
Hell yeah. You can cut most of this out.
Yeah.
You can cut out me being a coffee addict, it's okay.
Yeah, I think I'll stop the recording right now. I don't got much else to say.
Yay! Bye YouTube. Goodbye forever.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, goodbye forever, YouTube.
I love
we'll
you.
See you in the next video. John Jr. out.
Please cut that part out, John.
No, you should totally keep that part in.